Okay, so conjugating to the te form. Let's start off with group 1 verbs, which is actually the most complex of the three groups for conjugating. First, we'll start off with group 1. So there are 9 different endings for group 1 verbs. They can either end in u, su, ru, bu, mu, nu, ku, gu, or su. And then we also have a special one for just the te form iku, but we'll get to number 10 a little later. So for each of these verb endings, there's a special way to conjugate them. So first, let's take a look at 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3, ao, katsu, and uru. So if the verb ends in u as in number 1, or tsu as in number 2, or ru as in number 3, you have to drop that last hiragana and then add the small tsu and then the te. So ao, drop that u, we just have the a, and then we add the te. So ate. Ao becomes ate. Same for katsu, drop that last hiragana, add the small tsu and then the te. Katsu becomes kate, and then uru becomes ute. So that's how you do it if it's one of these three endings. Let's take a look at 4, 5, and 6. So if the ending is either mu, bu, or nu, as in one of these 4, 5, and 6, we have aso bu, no mu, and shi nu. We have to drop that last hiragana and then add nde. So asobu changes to asonde. No mu changes to nonde. Shinu changes to shinde. All right, so that's numbers 4, 5, 6. Next, let's look at 7. 7 is aruku. So if this one, the verb ends in ku, we drop that last hiragana and add ite. So aruku becomes aruite. That's 7. Next, 8, oyogu. So if it ends in gu, we add that ide. Drop the last hiragana, add ide. Oyogu goes to oyoide. And then number 9, if it ends in su, like here, kesu, we drop that last hiragana again and then add shite. So kesu becomes keshite. All right. So those are how to conjugate the normal group 1 verbs, or the normal u verbs, or the normal godan verbs, but there is one special exception that I mentioned earlier, that is number 10, iku. So you would think that since it ends in ku, we would follow this rule right here. If it ends in ku, we drop that last hiragana and add ite, so it would be ite, but that's not the case for this. For this, we actually have to just drop that ku and then add a small tsu and then a te. So iku becomes ite. So that's the only exception for group 1 verbs. Just keep an eye out for that. Next, group 2, which is a lot more simple. Let's go forward. There we go. Yeah, a lot more simple. We have group 2 verbs, or ru verbs, or also called ichidan verbs. For this, you just have to drop the last hiragana, which is also always ru when it comes to these verb types, and then add te. So taberu, which is to eat, becomes tabete. Okiru, drop that ru, and then that becomes okite. So that is group 2. Very simple. Last one, number 3, are group 3 verbs, irregular verbs. Just 2 of them. Suru, that changes to shite, and then kuru, that changes to kite. So those are all of them, groups 1 to 3, how to conjugate them all, and then that one special exception, that iku changes to ite. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.